Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is 3-Chord Dave. Thank you very much for joining me today, where we are going to talk about Adam Jones's brand new 1979 signature model. So what we're talking about is Adam Jones's guitar. Adam Jones, guitarist from Tool, has collaborated with Gibson to release a reissue, a kind of a replica of his 1979 SilverBurst guitar, and it's a Gibson Les Paul custom. Basically, it's a 1979 Gibson Les Paul custom in SilverBurst. Pretty cool. Again, as I said, Adam Jones, lead guitarist in Tool. A lot of people know who he is. A lot of people don't know who he is. So people are a bit surprised. Why has this guy got this guitar? Who is he? What's going on? So that's who he is. He's been influential in the guitar, in how he plays guitar. He plays a lot of unusual time signatures, say, for example. He's not your standard guitarist, and it's pretty cool when somebody is like that. So he loves this guitar very, very much. This is his number one guitar, and when he was approached to collaborate with Gibson, this is the one he wanted to do. Now, they brought it out. It's a custom shop model, so it's not going to be cheap. We'll talk about that in a moment or two. But just to tell you a little bit about the guitar, it's a 3-piece maple neck. That's cool. It's this one piece. Well, it's not a one piece. It's just a mahogany body. They don't say how many pieces. I would say, if it's a 1979, if it's true to 1979, it's probably a 3-piece as well. It's got a 3-piece maple top. That's cool. Chrome hardware, black speed knobs. Let me see what else. Schaller M6 tuners on this one as well. 22 frets, 12-inch radius, 7-ply binding on the front, 5-ply binding on the back, and 5-ply binding on the headstock. It's a Les Paul custom, basically, from 1979. They reissued it. The pickups. Now, in the neck, you've got a custom booker, which is reverse mounted, which means it's upside down basically, and then you've got a Seymour Duncan custom DDJ in the bridge, and that is custom wound as well. Volume control on the bridge is a DiMarzio 500K pot, and everything else is a CTS pot. So a little bit interesting, but of course you would expect something a little bit quirky with Adam Jones. I think a little bit out there. It also comes with something that I think is kind of cool, a specially designed case, hard case, which is also in the antique SilverBurst, I should say, because when it's got that yellowing effect of the nitro finish, these guitars, they go that yellow. So the 1979 original guitar would have started out silver and black, SilverBurst, and has now become kind of yellowed a little bit, which is the antique SilverBurst look because of the nitro finish aging over years and years of. But that's just what it does. Sunlight exposure, I think, is the biggest problem to it. Lights exposure and stuff like that. So that's the cool thing. Did you see the film? Gibson released a short film about this guitar as a kind of an announcement video. It was weird. The score, all the music, everything was done by Adam Jones and his Tool bandmates, as far as I'm aware. And it's an instrumental track. So and the music in it's interesting, it's good, but it's got this I don't know, it's like a spacesuit falls from the sky and then crumples on the ground, and then there's this little bug thing that starts flying, and then the suit starts to fly, and then it's flying around a guitar-shaped island, and then the guitar is there, and you see different parts of the guitar which look like a render rather than actual photography. So it's like, what's going on here? A little bit of a weird thing, but something different and unusual for Gibson. So nice to see them stepping out from behind the usual things they do, which is just put out some press releases and stuff. So nice to see something different, a little bit weird, but interesting. Anyway, I decided to have a look through the custom shop. I want to tell you why. So these guitars, they start for the custom shop model at $5,999. And then there's the aged and signed version, which comes in at $10,000. That's a lot of money. So, these are guitars for rich people, pretty much. Now, the thing with it is, right, the aged one is obviously, it's kind of relic'd a little bit. It's got, what's the other thing? It's signed by Adam Jones himself. And it's also limited to 79 copies. 79 of these guitars will exist and no more. So rarity-wise, that's going to be pretty rare in 10 years' time, say. The other thing is these are already showing up on the secondhand market with a huge markup. You're talking almost 15,000 for the aged and signed versions, and almost 10,000 for just the regular custom shop versions. So if you can get these at just the recommended retail price, you're probably getting a bargain. Ironically enough, even though they are crazy expensive. Now, I was looking through the custom shop today on Gibson's website, just looking at their prices, which are always a little bit higher than you pick something up in an actual guitar dealer's or on Reverb or somewhere like that. I think $6,000 would get me a nice 335 reissue, or a nice 1968 Les Paul reissue, or a 52 or a 54 reissue gold top. Beautiful, about $4,500. So I'd have money left over to, I don't know, buy a secret shirt of the week, which you can find a link to in the description below. Of course, that's not going to cost you 1,500 quid, so don't worry about it. It's definitely worth checking out. Now, the thing about these guitars is if you want a SilverBurst guitar, even an aged one, just go to Reverb, type in SilverBurst, boom, you'll have so many options, not just Gibsons, all kinds of brands, all kinds of different guitars and shapes as well, which is cool. You'll have aged and like brand new material, brand new guitars, I suppose. And here's the thing, if you want to spend a little bit of money but get a SilverBurst guitar, go to Thomann.com and check out the Harley Benton. They've got two models at the moment that have SilverBurst. They've got the SC 550 and the SC Custom 2, which is more like an LTD guitar, but really cool. And those are in SilverBurst as well. So I'm not a huge fan of SilverBurst, especially this aged SilverBurst where it's kind of yellow. I think it looks unflattering, I shall say, because I don't want to say what I actually think it looks like. But listen, some people love them, and that's great. I think, that's the great thing about guitars and guitar music and guitarists. You can be subjective about what you like, what you don't like. I might like something that you disagree with me on, and vice versa, and that's cool, and we can all just talk about it and have a good time. So I'd love to know, in that vein, I'd love to know what you think of these Adam Jones guitars, what you think of the pricing, what do you think Gibson are doing? Is it good? Are we going to see more short films from Gibson? I mean, that's something I've never seen, I don't think. So it's interesting to me that they've gone down that route. And maybe it's just this artist that they've done it with. So, look, in terms of these guitars, I think they're cool from it's a different thing point of view in my book. It's also, look, these are genuine collector's editions. There are 79 of the aged and signed ones. They are going to go up in value. If you compare to, say, the Slash models, the USA models, those are permanently in the USA lineup now. They're going to be worth $3,000 forever. They're not going to go up in value. They're not going to go down in value. I don't think so. But these Adam Jones ones, they are going to go up in value because there's only going to be so many of them available. And listen, ironically, I mean, these are very expensive guitars. Essentially, you've got to have a lot of spare cash to be able to buy one. But ironically, they're kind of a bargain. If you buy one today at $10,000, you could go out and list it for $15,000 tomorrow and probably find a buyer. So they are good value in that sense because they're collector's items and because they're rare. Let me know what you think of that in the comment section below, guys. Let me know what you think about this and everything that Gibson appear to be doing on the signature guitar market. I think they're making some interesting moves, and I'd love to know your guys' thoughts, especially on Gibson and Epiphone. And I think there's big news to come from Epiphone pretty soon as well. So keep an eye out for that. Thanks very much for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate it. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Very, very important. And I know most of you are not subscribed yet, so let's click that subscribe button so you can see my next video, which will be out on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. All right, take it easy, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.